Getting into the production business has been a passion for me. So what I've done is I went for a course with the Rain Dance on how to produce, how to direct, and also telling a story. Robert McGee is the man that taught Quentin Tarantino. So I put it on myself to be one of his students. So that's what I have in common with Quentin Tarantino. We are both students of the famous Robert McGee. So we got taught how to tell a story in a way that will capture all the subliminal symbolisms in storytelling. So I learned that and I started applying it in my work. So how did I get in? Studying the industry and learning what I need to learn and getting certified to make films. We will definitely catch up with Nollywood when we collaborate, when we work as brothers and sisters. Yes, Nollywood was there way before UK Nollywood. In fact, Nollywood gave birth to UK Nollywood, because without Nollywood, we wouldn't actually be here today making films called Nollywood. So we've learned from the passion, from belonging to that era of Nollywood and liking what is coming out. It's our culture. We are part of Nollywood. It's only geographical that we happen to be based in the United Kingdom. And we are saying, just because we are in diaspora doesn't mean we forget where we come from. So the distance or geographical location would not be a barrier to us recognizing where we come from and being able to tell our own story. So because Nollywood has been making films for over 20 years, they of course have more experience, more establishments, more celebrations, more platforms. We are catching up because we've not been that long in production, but we are learning from our mistakes and we are making things better. So we are creating an industry here that will feed into the people that are living here that are hungry for Nollywood stories. So eventually, by trial and errors, by continuing to sustain what we do and being able to tap into different markets, we will be able to capture what we need to capture in order to blend in and even excel beyond Nollywood. Yes, and also, if Nollywood start investing in UK Nollywood, we will also catch up with them. Right now, we have a number of producers who are coming into UK Nollywood from Nollywood to make films with us here. And with that kind of integration, eventually things will normalize because they are bringing investments over. They are coming in, using the scenes here, using the actors here, and co-acting with us. So they are bound to make any corrections as well. So you're looking at Nollywood stroke UK Nollywood working together to make things better. Basically, for my films, I've done films specifically for myself, my production, and I've also been involved in a number of productions made by other producers, the likes of Ucho Doputa, the likes of Chinyere Wilfred, all been over here and I've been part of their film. The likes of Chinedu Ben, all made films in UK here. And of course, don't get me wrong, it's all challenging because when the Nigerian-based producers, directors come over here, they obviously have to also take into account the cost of running projects in UK and the cost of locations, and it's not as comfortable as they would ordinarily be if they are doing that production. I give them kudos for being able to have that bravery to come here to make their films. But for my own productions, I've had challenges in terms of trying to recognize the need to carry both modern mainstream type audience and typical Nollywood audience. So I like to make films as a filmmaker rather than specifically Nollywood film. So my projects are always like, if you come to my film screening, you see maybe 50% white, 50% black. So it's a challenge to tell a story that will kind of resonate with a mixed audience from mixed background. And it's not an easy thing to do, both story-wise and picture-wise. And sometimes some fans are asking me, why don't you concentrate only on Nollywood? Then I'm saying, we can't only be making films for ourselves. We need to start making films that, for the world, tell a story that everybody can sit comfortably and watch. So that's for me. Nothing wrong with a producer that really want to make films specifically for Nollywood. After all, we want to tell our own story to the wider world. But I do find especially getting the right story challenging, because I don't want to just make films for the sake of making films, to stamp that I've just made a film. Who am I feeding? Who are the target audience? Then other challenges would be when you have expectations. After all, Africans have just been in a position where there is this Black Panther done that has blown everybody out of proportion. That's an inspiration for myself. I want to be involved in things like that. So it's a big challenge because I'm thinking, where do I go from here? I want to be able to make stories that take me and the audience to a different level. But then where is the funding? So funding to make that kind of, or to meet that kind of expectation is a big challenge, and distribution is a challenge as well. All right, so I'm talking about challenges that stem from, expectation, ambition, and also return on investment, because you're not just making films to premiere and then that's it. It goes back to the archive. I want films that I make a film and then I also get money for the film that I've made, and then I can reinvest. So cash flow is a big challenge. I like helping people solve their problems. I like to educate. I'm a lecturer, a teacher, before I went on to do my second degree in law, and now I'm practicing in a law firm. So when I'm not producing films or making film or acting in anyone's film, I'm busy interpreting the English law and trying to help people that have problems solve their legal problems. And aside that, I like to enjoy myself. I'm a family man. I'm married. I have children. I like to spend quality time on the weekend with my family. And I also like to attend film premieres and screenings to go and support my fellow producers. I make it a hobby that I like to see films. Even if it's not a film made by a producer from Nollywood, I go to see a film in the cinema and see top range mainstream films and learn from, because I don't watch films the way an ordinary film lover would go and watch film. I see films from a critical mind and as a producer, as a director, and learn from camera works, the depth of field, the characterization of the actors, the way the overall complementary aspect of that film I kind of, grasp as much as I can to make sure that I learn and make my own film better, Nollywood, I say, wait for this. We are coming. We are coming. I'm the president of the UK Nollywood Producers Guild, and we've just put together a UK Nollywood Film Festival. That is to bring producers together. That is for us to learn our mistakes. That is for us to share resources, to celebrate good production, to enable people to actually understand there is a movement here. And when we come together, the best is yet to come. We will continue to enhance our work. And we have the benefit of being in Europe. We have access to brand new equipment that we can get at cheaper rates. But we need to come together to be counted. So, Nollywood, we love you. We celebrate you. We appreciate you for giving that opportunity for us to know that it's a market. But this industry, we are growing and we are enhancing, and you cannot write us off. All right? There are producers who are coming in. They don't know what they are doing, yes? And sometimes people use them to do a blanket, dismissal of UK Nollywood, because these are mature filmmakers and making films. They are trying how to make films, and we tend to forget that when Nollywood started, some films are quite rubbish, but we were sympathetic because it's ours. We allowed them time to give us their best shot, and they've gotten better. So they should do the same. It's like a driver. When you're a learner driver, you drive recklessly, but not with intention to drive recklessly. When you become an expert in what you do, people kind of give you thumbs up. So right now, you need to give Nollywood UK the benefit of the doubt to get their acts together and bring out the best out of what we do. And we are getting there. We will be great. We will be great.
I really want to thank you very much for taking time out to have a quick chat with us.
The pleasure is all mine.